close your Chromebooks. We are on page 21 in our packet, page 21 in our packet. We're going to go through this explore thing together. It's actually, the explore thing kind of goes along with the learn. We are going to have a new I can statement. You can see on the board, we're on page 21 in our module 1 workbooks, our module 1 packets here. So I should probably ask you to be quiet is what I should do, and you let me do my job or you do yours. So remember, if you're not with us, I do these recordings, and I also leave this up for you guys in your dashboard. So if you're looking on today's calendar and you click on the reveal math, after you log into Clever, like you should have just done to do Alex for 10 minutes, here is our new slideshow. So we're going to deal with proportional relationships still and use tables, God bless you, to help us. Okay, so proportional relationships are all around us. Emily sees 2 different advertisements for car rentals. Road trips is $19.99 per day with no other fees. Ryan's rental is a fee of $9.99 per day. I'm sorry, $9.99 plus $14.99 per day. So one has an additional fee added to it, and one is just the per day. Interesting. Wonder what we're gonna find out about those 2 things. So proportional relationships always have the same unit rate. One of these relationships is proportional. How can we determine if it's proportional?
YOLO.
We could do some math. So for 1 day, road trips would be $19.99. For 2 days, it would be $19.99 times 2. For 3 days, it would be $19.99 times 3. What are we always multiplying by the number of days? $19.99. That's a constant. Remember yesterday I was alluding to the constant of proportionality. So Ryan's rentals, if there's a fee of $9.99 plus $15 a day, let's just round and say 10 and 15. That'll help us with our math a little bit. How much is it for the first day? $25.
24.
The next day, I'm adding what to it?
Another 15, right?
15. Good. Next day, I'm adding 15 because I'm not adding the fee $10 every time. So $25 for the first day. If I add 15 to that, it becomes $40. If I add 15 to that, it becomes $55. And now I'm not really doing something to the number of days this time, right? Even though I'm adding on $15 a day, I can't figure it based on the number of days I have. I can figure out the first one and then add on from there, but there's no constant of proportionality. If there's no constant of proportionality, do you think that Ryan's rentals is proportional?
No.
No, it is not.
No.
Excellent.
You can just say Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds. It does sound like Ryan Reynolds. Ryan's rentals. All right. So it's important as 7th graders, here are our standards to recognize and represent proportional relationships between quantities. We have to decide whether 2 quantities are in proportional relationship by testing equivalent ratios in a table or graphing on a coordinate plane and observing whether the graph is a straight line through the origin. We have to identify the constant of proportionality in tables, graphs, equations, diagrams, and verbal descriptions of proportional relationships. Whew, that is a lot. And we're taking our I can statement from 1.2 to 1.3. This is going to be, I can determine whether two quantities
Shown. In a table.
two quantities shown in a table
Are in a for just say it.
are in a proportional, is that it? Proportional
Relationship. I got one of them
relationship.
by testing equivalent ratio.
Good, by testing equivalent ratios. Do we know how to find equivalent ratios?
Yeah.
Hopefully, we did a lot of review on that from last year and at the beginning of this year. Equivalent ratios. You looked at ratios last year, right? What's a ratio? What is a ratio? What is a ratio? A ratio is a lot like a fraction. Remember our ratio recipe test? All right. So what's important about these? How can we use them? We need to reason abstractly and quantitatively. What does that mean? I need to be able to make connections between the ratios that represent a problem and determine whether or not the ratios represent a proportional relationship. And I need to attend to precision. So I can clearly explain the relationship between the constant of proportionality and the unit rate. So constant of proportionality has to do with the unit rate. Do we remember the unit rate? Hopefully, remember our first divided by our second to determine the unit rate. We're also determining unit price, right? Shelley, again? Proportional, on the right column, you have some vocab. The term proportional is made up of the suffix all and what other term? What's in front of the suffix all in proportional?
No clue.
So if I put my cursor in front of the all here, what's in front of that? Proportion, right? Proportion kind of comes from your portion. What's a portion? A part.
Yeah.
A part. So that helps us understand. And just like ratios are like fractions, proportions are like fractions, right? Because they're talking about different parts. Non-proportional, what does the prefix non mean?
No.
Not, right? It is not proportional. And the constant of proportionality, we were just referring to that constant thing. We were multiplying by the number of days to figure out our price of the rental was constant. Whatever we multiplied by that, if it was the same thing being multiplied, that's constant. It stays the same. That's what constant means. Hopefully you're learning about constants in science. You learned about it in 6th grade. You learned about it in 7th grade. And guess what? You'll continue to learn about constants in 8th grade, right?
How about 9?
Oh yes, I'm sure 9th too. All right, so this Explorer is gonna kind of walk you through the learn actually, okay? When we're talking about ratios and tables. So how can organizing information in a table help you determine if the ratios between two quantities are equivalent? Let's find out. It looks pretty tasty. All right, you guys are gonna help me. Miss Spencer orders pizza for her students at the end of the year to celebrate reaching certain milestones. Each pizza costs $7. So we're gonna drag the pepperoni pieces to complete the table for 1, 2, 3, and 4 pizzas. What comes after 1? 2. What comes after 3?
4.
All right, so that wasn't so bad. How much does 1 pizza cost?
7.
Oh, you guys have a good memory. So $7. How much does 2 pizzas cost? How much do 2 pizzas? 14. How much would 3 pizzas cost? 21. And how much would 4 pizzas cost? 28. What did I multiply the 1 by to get 7?
1, 2.
7, thank you, Kevin. What do I multiply the 2 by to get 14? I multiply the 2 by 2 to get 14. I also multiply it by 7. What do I multiply the 3 by to get 7? Hey, Brooke, do you need to move or can you handle it? You were worried about the boys handling it and you can't. And what do I multiply by the 4 to get 28? 7. What do we multiply by all of them? 7. So we multiply the number of pizzas by 7. Did it ever change? It stayed the same, right? So we call that
Proportional.
constant, and it is proportional because that 7 is going to be our constant of proportionality. 7. All right.
I have only 7.
Do you guys see this table on your page? On page 21? 21, page 21. All right. So now, if we were comparing them, we would say 7 divided by 1 is 7. 14 divided by 2 is 7. 21 divided by 3 is 7, and 28 divided by 4 is 7. That gives us our constant of proportionality. So it kind of sounds like you guys already have this.
Yeah, we do.
They dragged the pieces of pepperoni to complete the table for the cost of 1, 2, 3, and 4 pizzas, but now there's a $2 delivery charge.
No!
How rude.
Let's go!
So they said the one pizza was 7 plus the $2 charge. They said 2 pizzas were 2 times 7 plus the $2 charge. They said 3 pizzas was 3 times 7 plus the $2 delivery charge. And they said 4 pizzas was 4 times 7 plus the $2 delivery charge. So what do I multiply by 1 to get 9? 9. What do I multiply by 2 to get 8? What do I multiply by 3 to get 23? Something different, right? 7 plus 7, not quite 8. 7.521. Okay. So are any of those being multiplied by the same thing? No. So is there a constant of proportionality? No. If there is no constant of proportionality, Lillian, that means this is what? Non-proportional. Don't look at me like I'm calling you out and you're not doing anything crazy. All right. So this is non-proportional. You're right, tax might throw this off, but tax is proportional because we're multiplying everything by 1.06.
Well, what is tax? Well, I thought
6 cents every dollar. Good, 6 cents per dollar. So we're multiplying that. All right. So just like we just talked about, there is no constant thing we're multiplying them by. All right. So why do you think the simplified ratios are equivalent in the first scenario, but not equivalent in the second scenario? Why is the simplified ratio the same in the first but not the second? Because of that T, and it's non-proportional.
Wait, I already know the answer. No, stop. You're just ruining my math.
Don't ruin our math. Okay, cool. You guys figured it out. So this is just telling you that when we organize it in a table, we can take those table things, divide them, and see that it's either proportional or non-proportional, right? All right. So here is our check, our example 1, rather.
I think my girl.
Example 1. All right, are you guys ready? We have to complete this for Carrie. Carrie earns $8.50 an hour by babysitting. Is the amount of money she earns proportional to the number of hours she spends babysitting? Do you think it's proportional?
No.
Why not?
No, water.
What numbers aren't those things?
They're proportional.
I think it might be proportional. Let's find out. All right, we're gonna make this table. This table is also in your packet there. So how much does she make for 1 hour?
28.
No, $8.50. $28 is about what I make an hour.
You get 28. What's going on with this file?
All right, $8.50. So how much does she make for 2 hours? We are on page 22. 17. How did you get 17? Good. 850 times 2. Or you can add it on because it's going up by ones, right?
25.50.
Thank you. He added 850 to 17 to get 25.50.
Maybe you're on the right page. Yeah, I didn't know what page was on.
What is 25.50 plus 850?
Wrong. It's 32. I think it's 34.
I think it's
Wait, no,
34.
34. Yep, got it right.
All right. So now, we're going to find the unit ratios. They're showing this here. They say $8.50 divided by 1 is 8.5, right? If I'm simplifying that ratio. 17 divided by 2 is also 8.5. They're finding these unit rates. They showed most of these, I think all of these. 25.5 divided by 3 is also 8.5. And 34 divided by 4 is also 8.5. So they found the unit rates. So the ratio is proportional because the ratios between the quantities are equivalent and have a unit rate of how much per hour? $8.50 per hour. All right, here's your check. Are you guys ready? Make sure you are prepared.
I better get my money
and
worth.
ready to roll. Oh no, I hit the wrong button. I am so silly. All right, I gotta skip back ahead. Sorry about that. All right. Is there a way that she could be paid so the amount was not proportional to the number of hours? A flat fee, like maybe she, regardless of how many hours she does, she gets paid $25 a day.
That's crazy.
All right, here's your check finally. All right, in your packet on the bottom of page 22 is your check. Remember, if you're ever not here, you can go in and put in your answer to your check and see if it's correct or not. If you're not sure, you can get instant feedback on your check. An adult elephant drinks about 225 liters of water each day. Is the amount of water proportional to the number of days that have passed? Well, how could we show our work to prove that? We could divide, right? We could divide. I'm gonna zoom in down here. We could say 225 divided by 1. That's 225, right, Dawson?
Yep.
And then 450 divided by 2 is also 225.
Stop poking me.
675 divided by 3 is 225. And 900 divided by 4 is also 225. So they all have the same unit rate of 225 liters per day. So we would say that yes, the unit rate is 225 liters per day. So if there is a rate and just a rate, would it be proportional? Okay. All right, here's an extra example for you. We're gonna have to write this down because remember they're not in our packet. Katie can read 15 pages of her chapter book in 40 minutes. The table shows the number of pages she reads in 15, 30, and 45 minutes. So guys, if we were simplifying these, we don't necessarily have to divide, but we could simplify. 40 divided by 15 and 80 divided by 30 and what else? 120 divided by 45. What factor could we take out of all of these just to start?
6.
Guys, look at 40 and 15.
Oh.
What is the greatest common factor of 20 and 15? This is great review. 15 will not go into 40.
Ah, Julio.
What will go into something that ends in a 0 or 5? 5. So if I divide them both by 5, I have 8 and 3. So what would I do? Is 8/3 equivalent to 80/30ths?
No.
Yeah.
Yes, they're being both multiplied by 10, right? Is 8/3 equivalent to 120 over 45? Well, just by looking at it, it's hard to tell, but I could divide by 5 again here.
Keep all the way back.
Dawson stuff. So this is, what's 120 divided by 5?
Wait.
22.
24. You got it right.
Are you still gonna post this?
And 9.
Post it.
So can I get 24/9 from 8/3? Yes. They're all proportional. So yes, yes, yes. All right, turn to page 29 in your packet. And I'd like you to do numbers 1 and 2 on page 29 in your packet. All right, so looking at numbers 1 and 2, we should be able to fill these out quickly. Thank you for turning your voices off. 1 lunch is $2.50. So how much is 2 lunches? $5, and then $7.50, and then $10. Is this proportional? Well, $2.50 divided by 1 is what? $2.50. $5 divided by 2 is what? $2.50.
Yes.
$7.50 divided by 3 is $2. Is there a constant of proportionality? Yes. $2.50, right? So is it proportional?
Yes.
Yes. All right, same thing here. 12 blocks in 8 minutes. If they do 12 blocks in 8 minutes, how long does it take them to do 24 blocks? 16. And 36 blocks.
22.
And 48 blocks.
32.
What are they adding every time? 8. Repetitive addition is what?
It's not.
What? Multiplication. Excellent. So they're multiplying by something similarly. Are you ready to figure out this constant of proportionality? Did you get lost?
Yeah, because
You almost kept going.
that way out.
All right, so 8 divided by 12. Or we can do 12 divided by 8. Either way, 16 divided by 24. 24 divided by 36. 48 divided, oh no, what did I do? 32 divided by 48. Why is it not proportional?
You don't know it.
What can I do? How can I simplify, guys? You need to turn it off. We have a few more minutes and we gotta get through this. How can I simplify 8/12? I can divide them both by 4. If I divide them both by 4, it becomes what? 2/3. What can I divide 16 and 24 by?
Yes.
Two.
I can divide them by 8.
I got it.
If I divide them by 8, it's also 2/3. If I divide these by 16, guess what? It's also,
Yeah, it's yeah.
so it is yes.
It's right.
I thought I got it.
Fine.
I didn't do that.
The other thing you can do is put it into your calculator, right? And see that it's the same. All right, let's look at example 2 real quickly here. Guys, we don't have a ton of time and I need you to stay focused, okay? We're on page 23. Great question. Page 23. Page 23. A ticket agency charges a $6 service fee on any order. Each ticket for a concert costs $25. So this table is showing the relationship. The cost of one ticket is 25 plus the 6, which made the 31, right? The second ticket was 25 times 2 plus the 6, which made the 56. Do you see that? Dawson, it's really not that funny.
No, you said it's gonna be a drug star and I-
All right, so do you see here? They're trying to find the unit rate. Look carefully. The unit rate. 31 divided by 1 is 31. 56 divided by 2 is 28.
33.
81 divided by 3 is what?
Oh, 50. Somebody's bottle water.
81, 27. And this one's a not nice number. 106 divided by 4 is, do these stay the same?
No, they're only
Do they stay the same? No, so it is not constant, so there's no constant of proportionality, so that makes this non-proportional. Look at this table. We have to see if it's proportional. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna find the unit rates, right? 150 divided by 2, 320 divided by 4, and 580 divided by 6. You can put these into a calculator or you can do them. What's 150 divided by 2?
would be what, 25?
$75, right, if we're talking money. 320 divided by 4, well, what's 32 divided by 4? 8, so 80 here. Is it taking less time or more time as she runs more? More, does that make sense? Yeah, it's virtually impossible unless you're an extremely trained athlete to run the exact speed at a constant rate, right?
I think I think
It'll take you longer as you go because you kind of slow down or lose energy or whatnot. So 580 divided by 6, that's not a pretty one, is 96 2/3.
here, look.
So it's taking more and more time. Is this proportional? No, it is not proportional.
Okay.
So if I were to get in and do the extra check, you will have one more problem to do real quick before you go to lunch. And that is, oh, it kicked me out. Oh, that was rude.
Are you sure? Logan.
You know my password.
All
Alright, I just want you to look at this. I want you to see if it is proportional or not. So you can put your things away neatly, but I want your eyes to be up here, seeing if this last one is proportional. This is extra example 2. Are you ready? Look at it. Guys. Enough. The Vista Marina rents boats for $25 per hour. In addition to the rental fee, there's a $12 charge for fuel. So it's 25 times something plus. So do you think it's gonna be proportional or non-proportional? Non-proportional.
You don't know
Excellent.
how much gas.
Have a fantastic lunch. Well done.
What's that, Mark?